Hello, welcome to another session of Learn with Veer Sagar. Today and in the next subsequent two sessions, we will talk about reorganization of an organization. And this is basically of an old organization because startups, we really don't talk about reorganization. And this reorganization is required for a couple of reasons. One reason is a change in the environment, technology environment, competitive environment, or general economic environment, which requires a repositioning of the company. Every now and again, companies have to take fresh guard, look and see where are we, what were the assumptions we made when we set up the company, how valid are those assumptions today. We tend to make assumptions and assume that the assumptions are right and for all times. We assume that since we have made the assumptions, they jolly well be right. It may be that the assumptions are not valid, they do not hold anymore. And we need to revisit the assumptions and then subsequently the company. So that's one reason. The second reason could be that we want to take care of environment and reduce the efficiency and increase the efficiency level. We want to reorganize so that the efficiency level improves. Today, with a whole lot of technology available, right, reporting system, telecom system, connectivity, where every employee is virtually live on at every minute, right, the levels of management need not be so many. The reporting structure will be different today than it was previously. So we need to reorganize to take care of the reporting structure. We want to cut the costs down. A lot of people, when they want to cut costs down, a lot of companies, the first thing they do is reduce manpower. It might work in the West because the cost of manpower as a function of total cost is quite high as a percentage. Whether it's a service company, which is very, very high, and even for a manufacturing company, it's very high. Whereas in India, this is not so significant. It is high, but not so significant. So reducing manpower to reduce cost is not a very smart way of cost reduction. But reducing manpower to increase efficiency is a very smart way of doing that. And to increase efficiency, we need to analyze what is the management structure we want to have. And why do we want a particular management structure? What kind of things are we trying to achieve? And what do we need to do to achieve those things? What kind of structure do we need? Because in the past, right, you had layers and layers of management because of the general belief that one person cannot supervise more than an X number, 8, 10, 15 numbers of people. So the moment your direct reports became more than 15, you broke it down and had one more layer of management or broke that up. Today, you're talking about flat layers. My organization, which is 25 years old, has just one layer of management. Me, the manager in charge, and then the employee. Or me, the manager in part, and the customer. So there's only one layer of management. Because everything else is covered by information systems, by networking systems, and you get to know what you need to know. So to that extent, management levels come down and therefore the efficiency level improves. If at the problem creating level, which is the bottommost, where action takes place, to the problem solving level, which is the topmost, right, which is the final action taking place, if the layers are too many, then the time taken is too long for today's day and age. We need to have velocity of judgment, velocity of decision making. So that's important. Therefore, flat organizations is the order of the day. Second thing was previously, you reported to a manager and you obeyed him without question because he had one more stripe than you had. Today, we have knowledge workers. A person will report to you, will listen to you if he or she believes that you can value add to his or her job. If you can't, then he or she will not report to you, will avoid. So you have to be careful that this level of reporting is such that it's only knowledge based. Third thing, previously, if you had more people reporting to you, you are a bigger manager. Today, the entire concept has changed. In my mind, you are a bigger manager based on what is the ability or your level of creating problems for the company. What kind of damage does your decision cause to the company? The bigger the damage, the longer the time span for causing the damage, the senior the manager you are. Let's take a person on the shop floor. If he or she messes up, the impact is felt almost immediately, and the cost is remitted to the shift. If the manager takes place, then it may take a little longer, maybe a week before it's found out, and its impact again is to the area to which he is approved. If the MD makes a goof up, wrong decision, the impact could take as much as 6 months, sometimes a year, before it's found and you have done something. And it's too late to be able to make a connection. That's why board, chairman, they're all paid more, because the impact of their decision making is over a longer period of time, found out more difficult to correct and more lasting. So when you make an organization structure, you have to look at this. You have to look at the capability of the job, and then after that, find how many people do you need to fill up the job. And then after that, you see how many people do we have, then who we should keep, who we should replace, and how. So today we just talked about the need to look at an organization, create the right number of levels, and make sure you have the right type of people. And for that, you have to be very clear what you want to achieve, how you want to achieve, why you want to achieve. Once you've got that, then you can work out an organization, a level of management, and then the kind of people you want, the kind of people you have, and who you should get asked to go, who you should keep, and why. In the next session, right, I will talk to you and I'll explain first, how do you decide what kind of management level you should have? What is the structure? What's the job description that you have? So that there is the least amount of trouble between you and the customer. And then, so till that time, it's Veer Sagar saying thank you very much and see you again. Bye.